guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Priska. If you're joining me for the very first time, welcome to my channel. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for always keeping up with me. I appreciate your love and support. And yeah, in today's video, we'll be talking about how the month of November for me has been like. And I really wanted to share about this experience because this month I really wanted to be on the grind. I really wanted to do the things that I felt like, you know what, I'm heading towards the end of the year and I just really have to make sure that I smash these goals and just really do everything that I can. But I got into November and I just really felt like I just needed to slow things down. And those are things that we normally don't do because we are rushing and weighing everything against our goals and our resolutions. But somehow for me this year, I just really felt like God just really put it on my heart because I never really have like a November reflections, but I felt like He just really made this month about taking the time to reflect on everything that I have been working on, everything that I have been doing, and just really taking a step back to just really think through what I have learned. And I really wanted to be on the grind. I was like, go, 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 go. But He was like, no. You need to take a step back because I needed to see the things that were not working out. I needed to see the things that are working out. I needed to really think through about the things that I learned this year for me, because the things that I needed to learn through the mistakes, the disappointment, the hurts, those are the things that would be my stepping stone to start over. So I had things that I really felt like, man, I didn't know how to cope with, knowing that there's certain things that just fell through. They just didn't work out. And I just really felt like God was just encouraging me as well, like, you know what, you can start over, but you need to reflect. So I just really also wanted to share this experience with you and what I have been doing to just be able to just really be in this moment of ease and reflecting and seeing what's working and what's not working out. And the great thing about it is it has been like a breather, because sometimes I think we're just holding on so tightly and so much, and the goal is sometimes not to reach, but what we're really doing is doing everything crazy, insane, and the things that we feel we need to do even when they're not working, simply because I just feel like I don't want to feel like a failure. And it was necessary to just take a step back. So this November I have been journaling a lot, not a lot like every day, but I have been journaling like time to time, just when I feel like there's just that moment where I kind of feel like, oh, this was a lesson, this is something that I learned in this moment. I just really take the time to just really write it down, journal, and just really have that moment of just grasping and just allowing myself to be thankful in that moment for what I have learned. So a few things that I could share with you if you'd like to also reflect through the month of November was really great, because I think December is so busy. It's the holiday season, it's Christmas, there's so much that happens. This is a time when like I get together with my family and friends, and it's parties, it's events, and it's party planning for the kids. And so obviously that December is just not really the month to really just like sit through and just reflect. There's just so much going on. So I feel like November was like the perfect timing for it. And yeah, it has been really good. And I think I've been able to just be in a place where I could just let go and then just allow God to get me through the process of what is it that I am learning in this season, and what is it that I can use in my failures and mistakes that can make me a better person. And it's really important that you take the time to reflect. See what your 2021 was like. What did you learn? What were the things that fell through? What were your moments, where your high moments and low moments, and what did you learn from all that? So I'm just going to take you kind of just through a random exercise that you can just do with me, and you can do it anytime. So the things that I have been reflecting through are what were my highlights? What were the things that I enjoyed? What were the things I enjoyed doing? So it could be an interest, hobby, like something that you just started that is so new that you feel like this year it has brought you so much joy. What were the highlights? Did you enjoy traveling? Like, think about the relationships that came into your life that have impacted you positively, and just really cultivate those relationships. See those things that brought joy and brought positivity in your life, and just really created that shift. Because sometimes certain things happen and they feel so good, but we just don't really hold on to those things for such a long time, because our focus is always doing the stressful things, the things that we don't enjoy. So take into account, like, what did you really enjoy doing? What new hobby did you try out that you think you can keep on, persisting in learning about that? That's something that you can just embrace doing in life. And it's really about just focusing on doing the things that you love and doing them more in your life, because we spend so much time doing things that we're so miserable and angry about, being at jobs that we don't enjoy doing. And so it's really important to think through those things. Then take also think about, what were your low moments, what were the disappointments, what were the hurts, and what do you think you learned through that? And I've had my share of betrayals in friendships that I think it hurt me, but it made me realize that I could be intentional about creating healthy relationships and healthy boundaries, and communicating my boundaries so clearly and well, and really thinking about the things that I value. But what was also important for me is being intentional about creating healthy relationships. And what does that mean? And that also meant that I could be able to honestly identify toxic relationships and friendships which have held on too long. And because I felt like, man, we've been through thick and thin with this person, it doesn't mean that I need to hold on to that relationship. There comes a point and a time when it's just time. Like, you just need to part ways. The toxicity is going to hurt you and harm you more. And those are the things that I experienced. It was painful, but it has made me such a better person, a bolder person to speak about it and be clear about what I want in my life, what I want to experience in my life. So disappointments that I also experienced, the things that I started, like projects and little things that I thought like I could work on and see how they could go, like start a venture, but they fell through. But I was able to just really sit down and think through, like, what really happened. And I realized I was struggling with fear and just really discouragement, and always like allowing fear to cloud my mind, and even just feeling like I'm not good enough. And so that has helped me also realize, like, I have these tendencies of allowing fear to just drive me. I allow myself to be so soaked up in discouragement, and instead of like standing up boldly and trying again, I would just be like, okay, this is not gonna work, yeah, and that's it. So I really felt like that was so good to really think through, because now I can be able to pick myself up and start all over again. And something that also came through for me, like this week as well, was what are the things that you are wasting? Like, you're putting so much energy, but there isn't anything productive coming out of it. You've spent so much energy, your time, and you're focusing everything that you can to invest in that particular area of your life, but nothing is bearing fruit in that situation. And we need to look at relationships, like, where are we investing our time, our emotions, and our feelings, and are those relationships helping us grow, or are we investing in the wrong relationships? You could be wasting your time in an abusive relationship. You could be wasting your time in the wrong business because it's just not for you. And you could be trying to do something that is good, but maybe that's not really your area of strength. And you have to really understand Are you doing it because you saw someone else do that very thing? And so you need to reflect through. And time is of the essence. And remember, you don't want to spend time just wasting yourself away. And I think that was so important, because I just felt like God was just telling me, Prisca, you need to cut back on stuff that is not working. You have tried, you have tested, and you have seen that this is not working out, and you just need to try things from a different angle. And that also made me realize that God has a blueprint for success. And you can try something and it fails, but that doesn't mean that that's final. And you just really need to know, what is the blueprint? What is God saying? How is He directing you? And that has helped me also to stop living in comparison and doing things that everybody is doing, but rather just tuning into what God is actually saying at what particular time in this season, and just really following through. And that was a huge miss for me this year, but reflecting through has helped me realize God has the blueprint, and all you need to do is draw closer to Him and ask Him how He can direct your steps in everything that you do, rather than just going on by your own ideas or going by what everybody has done before. And it could have worked out for them, like I said, but maybe He just has a different path for you. And so you could be wasting your time doing something over and over and over again, but that's not what you are supposed to be doing. So what are the things that you have been doing that are clearly not working out? It is time for you to redirect your energy. You need to redirect your energy and refocus and go back and be able to start afresh and start anew. And so that's what November has been like for me. I have not grinded where I'm constantly pushing for goals and ideas, and also consuming too much information. I have learned so much, but when you don't take the time to just really sit through and really think through, have you applied the things that you have learned, rather than becoming a consumer of so much information and then not trying it. And I feel like that's what this has been for me this month. What have you learned? Have you tried and tested this thought? Have you tried and tested what you have learned? In instead of just sipping through information and just consuming information, you will just become a hoarder of so much information, but without implementing what you're thinking through and implementing your ideas and seeing that it's working and what's not working, so that you can just position yourself rightly. And that's what reflection actually does. It just aligns you where God wants you to be, so that you can spend the right energy, do the right thing, and apply the right action. And that really reminds me, Jeremiah 21:11 says, "For I know the plans that I have for you, plans to prosper you, to give you a future and a hope." And God doesn't want you to fail. God doesn't want you to miss the lesson, because He is ready to help you learn even through the things that you have failed through. So He's not going to He's not going to allow you to just waste everything away, but even take the lessons and make them your stepping stone. And that will help you position yourself rightly for the new year to come. If you're not going to take the time to reflect and really think through what this year has been like, starting 2022 could sound awesome, but you have no proper foundation. You have no proper starting point, because you're not taking the things that you have learned. You are not taking into account the things that you needed to stop doing. You're going to go back doing the same thing that you did 2022. So I'm really excited for the new year I'm excited for the new year as well. But I'm also so super grateful for having this moment to learn, because I have never had that moment. But I feel like God just said, relax, take your time, and be in the position to just learn. And you've tried, you did everything, but you need to now focus on the things that you are not seeing. And so perception is is what's really important in reflection. It's the perception, aligning your perception with his perception. And there are things, um, if I did not really reflect through, I would have just been doing the same things, and it drives you insane to keep working at the same thing, and it's just not working out. So yeah, I hope that this was just really something that I could share with you, and just really take you through as well. And you can add on anything. I mean, it's not really you can add on anything. It's not a specific focused activity. It's just really about letting God direct you, and just really allowing him to speak to you, and you just being open to learn as well. And so with that being said, thank you so much for sticking in with me, and I hope I'll see you in the next video. Let me know what you're thinking. Let me know what your thoughts are on this video. You can always like share in your nitty-grits. You can always share in like what were your moments, what did you learn, what stood out for you, what came out for you. And with that being said, thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next video. Stay well and be blessed. Bye.